Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Karen's Kitchen. I decided to do something this morning because it gets awful hot during the daytime. We were in the 90s yesterday, and it's only in the 50s right now. And I've got the door wide open to kind of keep it cool in here. But it was so hot that I just couldn't stand up to do anything. It's a little warm right now. The oven is going to bring some heat in here, but with the door open, it's going to kind of get it out of here. Hi, Missy. Good to see you. I promised you I would do this. Hi, Valerie, Cheryl. This is a recipe I found on Pinterest, and I decided to do this because, good morning. Yeah, who would have thought, huh? Cake in the morning? Yeah, well, I found this on Pinterest, and it's made in the cast iron skillet. And I got this from Pampered Chef. Hi, good to see you. Even though these are large pans, they're Pampered Chef on the bottom. Yes, I am, because it's so hot in the afternoon to do a Periscope, and I thought if I do one now, I'm going to do it now, and I won't have, good morning, and I won't have to come in this afternoon because it's too hot in the afternoon. We got in the 90s yesterday. You can. They make awesome skillet cookies, Cheryl. Awesome. Good morning, Erlene. I didn't even see you in here. Good morning. Everybody that's on here, Missy Mouse and Cheryl's in here and Valerie's in here. Those that are in here. I'm in my kitchen. I'm in Oregon. I live in Oregon. I'm in my kitchen. But anyway, I've got the oven going right now so we can get lit. So I'm going to use my batter bowl for everything because you got to mix everything up. And I can show you, and I already melted my butter. I can't show you. I'll see if I can find, yeah, there's what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's okay. A lot of people do. It's all right. I mean, if you haven't been in my Periscope maybe once or twice, you're going to forget, but it'll come to you eventually, I make mistakes too, so what's everybody else's weather doing? What kind of temperatures are you having right now? I know probably Alexis, I know she's not in here, but she's probably smoldering, or going to be. I imagine we were hotter than her yesterday. Oh, I couldn't believe it. It's, since I don't have air conditioning, it broke. My house gets really hot. So when I went to bed last night, it was 82 in the house. Well, I had the fans running on me, fans in the living room, and I had the door open a little bit this morning at 4 o'clock, and it cooled it down some. So, yeah, yep, we got in the 90s, and we're going to get about 82 today, but then we're going to warm up, and come Sabbath, we're going to be hot again, 87. Then we're going to warm back down to in the 70s. So I'm looking forward to that. So, this is summer. After all, you can't do anything about it, so we have to deal with it and take each day as it comes, and that's what I'm trying to do. But if you can afford these, get these cast iron skillets. They are awesome. They got the Pampered Chef logo on the bottom, even though they're a large skillet. And these suckers are heavy. Oh my, 95. Oh, wow. Oh, thunderstorms. Thunderstorms always cool your air off, right? They certainly do. So I'm going to use this, and this is going to go in the oven. I've been wanting to do that because there's an awesome way to do it. This is going to be a fun recipe. It's got not a lot of ingredients, but you can see them sitting here. I didn't get everything measured out. However, I did melt my butter. I want to get that done ahead of time. So you'll watch me do this as I do it. Measure things out. So I do have my. You should just supposed to be 1.25 cups of sugar, but I just measured out 3/4 at first because you just use 3/4 at one time, and then I'm just going to make it 1.5 cups. I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope you're. I know this is morning for some of you, probably afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. Welcome, because we get them from all over the world here. Awesome. Oh, that is so awesome. Well, I do the prophecy scopes once in a while, and that's awesome that you want to do that. Praise the Lord. That's awesome. You can follow me on Messenger. Hi. Oh, thank you for the super hearts. I appreciate that very much. So, if you can follow me on Messenger, and we can do it that way. Bible studies are awesome. If you want to learn something about the Bible, I'm here to help you. and study God's word. You know, get into those word. But that's wonderful. Right now we're gonna do these this pudding cake. Hi, Keidre, good to see you. I heard you moved. Did you move? Welcome to those coming in, and thank you for coming in, and thank you for sharing this out. Thank you for the super hearts and the regular hearts. Everything is very, very much welcome. I thank you for it. First of all, I'm gonna get this going. Oh, to Louisiana. Oh, you were in Louisiana. You moved then back into Louisiana. Oh, okay, you're back to the stomping ground then. Okay, because I know Alexis was talking about it yesterday, and I thought, whoa, I didn't know that you moved. So anyway, now we're going to combine 3/4 cup of sugar, the flour, 3 tablespoons of cocoa, and baking powder and salt. And then we're going to blend in the milk, the butter, and the vanilla, and then we're going to beat it until smooth. I've got to go get my, let me go get my beater. I've got it sitting somewhere else. Let me go get that, and I'll come right back. Alright, I had to go look for it. I didn't remember where I put it. I've got a cart sitting in my living room with stuff on it because I haven't got no room, so I put it in there and I couldn't figure out which shelf I put it on. So I got it. This back here. Alright. And since I keep my beaters in here, I'll always have those. I already know where they're at. So I'll put these beaters in here right now. Put it in the right one or I'll never get it back out. There we go. Because that's got a wide end on it, so that goes here. I'll put this in here. One, get in there. Now there it goes. Alright, now I'm going to get this started. And I'm going to take the 3/4 cup of sugar, which I already measured out as you can see. Put that in here. I was going to fall on the floor for that. 7 tablespoons of cocoa. Everybody knows I use carob, so I'll get my I'll use this. This is my well, good morning to those that are in here. Thank you to those that came in. Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. I know I got up 5:45 this morning and I got dressed and everything. I thought I'd start getting my things ready. I love these adjustable spoons. These things are awesome. 7. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put this back because I don't need this anymore. Welcome to everybody coming in. Thank you for coming in and inviting your followers. Okay. All right. Combine 3/4 cup of sugar, the flour. Okay. Let's see how much flour. 1 cup of flour. So we'll put that down to a cup. And we'll put my flour in here, and I use all-purpose flour. Move this over here. I got dishes to do in my sink, as you can see. I'll get them done when I get off of here. This is a big bag, I know. It's a bag, so I don't have to replace my flour so much. I probably should take a let me get a spoon and scoop it out. I'll do it this way. That way I won't get it all over everything. The bag's getting down. Welcome to everybody coming in. And if I don't see your comments. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just that I'm trying to do what I'm doing here. I want to try to get everything done. And I'm going to get my apron all full of flour, but that's okay, put that up here for right now. All right. let's see. Okay, here it is. Forgot where I put it. Okay, okay. 3 tablespoons of cocoa. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to only combine 3 tablespoons of cocoa, and I did all 7. Well, that's all right. Baking powder. Okay, combine 3 4 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of cocoa, baking powder and salt. Well, we'll just do it that way. Baking powder and salt. Okay, I don't want to forget. Let me go get my baking powder. Okay, got to bring that over here. Baking powder is, let's see, it doesn't even say on the baking powder, and I don't even see that on here on the list. Huh, it's got to be on here. Oh, there it is, 2 teaspoons. I was going to say, wait a minute, I didn't see it at first. It was hiding. There's some teaspoons in here, isn't it? Let me look at my clean thing here. I forgot to put them away. If not, I got here. No, that's a big one. I don't know where all my small ones went. I'm losing them. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll use my stackable ones. Sometimes they'll work better anyway. Okay, here's my stackable ones. Teaspoon. Okay. If you haven't got these, yeah, I recommend these too. These are awesome. These teaspoons are awesome. Okay. I don't know where that one went either. Just wait. Let me look for it. I'm so disorganized this morning. I just got up not too long ago, so I haven't got everything. I'm just going to use a regular teaspoon. Well, I'll do that. To be on the safe side, I'll just use a regular teaspoon because I haven't got time to sit there and measure it out if I can't find it. So I'll just. Okay. Just kind of level it off. There we go. Just level it off, and I'll put this back. Now, and the salt, and I need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Well, I got one of those. I got the 1/4 one in here. I'll get that one out. Couldn't find my other one. It must be dirty, and I think it is. It's dirty, and I didn't wash it yet. Okay, here's the 1/4. So I put it in with all my. That's probably where it's at. That teaspoon. Yeah, it is. Okay. And my salt. There it is. If I look disorganized, I am this morning. I'm trying to get it. Okay. There we go. I don't want to lose any of you. Thank you for being here. I know this is probably boring. Thank you for being here. All right. Now, then I'm gonna just combine these. I'm gonna probably take my whisk. Here's my whisk. I'll just combine those first with the whisk. I'll just do this. Just kind of combine them this way. Kind of get it all, because you want to get them all mixed in. Let's do it this way. Okay. Now, blend in the milk. And it takes, let's see, 1/2 cup of milk. All right. So I'll just go ahead and use this. The other one's plenty dirty, so I'll just use this and I'm washing anyway. There's a 1/2. Okay, I don't want to go too far. I don't want to put too much in it. All right, there we go. All right. And butter and vanilla, beat until smooth. Here's my butter. Vanilla, and that's usually not much vanilla. That is, let's see, 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, all right, let's go get I'll get it. I'll use one of these other ones. I think just use this for right now. Probably not as accurate, but I'll have to do it for right now. Until I get some of the other stuff washed. Just a little bit. breaks. All right, now I'm going to blend this until smooth. All right. Nice and chocolatey. Let's see, it's nice and chocolatey. I'll just take a spoon or something and just what's around the sides. Just get that kind of blended in a little bit. Just kind of smooth. Just get it all blended in because what's around the sides it can't get with the beater, so I'll just do it this way. All right, there we go. Now you pour the batter into your combiner me. Okay, I can see why they did four tablespoons. I'm going to use more get some more carob. I'm going to make this a little more chocolatey than it's supposed to. It's all right. That's supposed to go into the have to have a bowl and combine it. Now this is going to get poured. Put this into my. There's Erlene. Good morning, Erlene. I didn't see you come in. Thank you for coming in. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour this in here. And this is the 10-inch. That's what it called for. And this has to bake for about 30-35 minutes. Those if I didn't recognize you when you came in, I'm sorry, but I was so busy trying to get this done that I always miss people that come in, but I'll try to get you as I see the comments. I'll try to get to you then. Just spread this out. And I didn't grease this. You really don't have to grease an iron cast skillet. Cast iron really don't have to. I didn't bother with it. It said oiled, but this is a cast iron. You really don't have to do it. I forgot to put oil in it, but I think it'll be okay anyway. Combine the remaining sugar, brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa, and sprinkle over batter. I'm going to do that anyway. I'll get a little extra remaining sugar. So I'll put some in here. Let's see through that with my these here. Now that's slipped. So I gotta make sure I'm gonna stop it for right now, but remind me to put the darn put it back on when I'm ready to bake. Because the other day when I did it for the thing, I forgot to put the heat back on, and it didn't really bake, and I had to do it after Periscope. How embarrassing that was! I realized it afterwards. I thought, oh no, I didn't bake. But you know, such is life. That's the way it goes, you know. So. Take this, a little less than that. All right, didn't quite fill that up, but that's okay. And these are the clips from Pampered Chef. I love these things because that really closes your bags up. I'll put this back. There we go. All right. Okay, now it says combine the sugar, the brown sugar. I want to tell you a trick about this brown sugar. I found out something on Google. My brown sugar was as hard as a rock. Hi, Alexis. Good morning. It was as hard as a rock. I didn't even have the thing from Pampered Chef. It was hard as a rock. So I Googled it. I thought, well, how can I soften up my brown sugar? They said you could put a slice of bread in it or put apple slices in it. So I put this slice of bread in here last night, overnight. Look how soft this is. This thing was as hard as a rock, and it softened it right up. They said you also, best thing to do, they said when you buy brown sugar, is take it out of the bag, put it into an airtight container, and put it in the freezer. That'll keep it a lot better. This bread dries out, but I'm going to keep this bread in here, as you can see. But it made the sugar nice and soft, and I like that. I really do. Because that's why I haven't been using brown sugar. She did. I've never seen that done before, early, and I did not know. I did not know. Combine remaining sugar. Okay, brown sugar. How much brown sugar? You learn something new every day, and if thank goodness for Google, because that Google helps me a lot on stuff. Okay, I put a half a cup of brown sugar. I'll put that in here. Thank goodness for Google, because you'll learn a lot from Google. If you can't find it anywhere else, you can I probably better spoon this in here. I don't want to get this all over the places. It's gonna go. I can see that right now. Spoon this in here. See how soft it is? I have never done that before. Now that I know it works, I'm gonna do it. Keep the bread will keep it okay. And this thing, for some unknown reason, does not. It got it hard, and I don't understand why that, Alexis. I have both my brown sugar things are hard. Well, I'm just going to start using the bread, and I didn't think to ask anybody else. I thought, well, I'm going to figure it out for myself. So I did, and I thought, well, there's got to be a way to make it soft, and I found it out. I'm just going to leave that sit right now, and I'll put that in another container later. All right, now brown sugar. This is going to go on the top, and then I'm going to put hot water onto it. I'm going to put a little bit more cocoa in. I know I've already put enough, but I'm going to put a little bit more in my carob. Maybe just a couple or something. I'm not going to put very much. I don't want to overdo. Okay, because I put too much before. I probably should have just held on. I didn't even see that. I just measured it all out and didn't even think about what I was doing. Let me put this back again. All right, now, and sprinkle over batter. I'm going to mix this all up, and then I'm going to sprinkle it over the batter. And then I'm going to get hot water. I'm going to start running the hot water right away, because it takes some time to get the water hot. So you got to have the water as hot as you can get it. I'll go back and read your comments in just a minute. Wow, this is going to look good already. This is going to look awesome. And your oven is at 350, by the way. If anybody wants to know, it's at 350. So, there we go. Right here, get your whole thing covered, and then you pour your water on it. Let's see how much water it's at. 1.25 cups of hot water. Okay. Let's get this out. Put it in here. Let me clean up my place a little bit. Okay, here's a 1.25 cups. Now I'm going to pour this over the top. This is what makes it hot fudge. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put this in here. Careful, because I don't want to spill it. Okay, now this back on to 350. Okay, now start it. Alexa, set the timer for 30 minutes.
15 minutes, right?
Set the timer for 30 minutes. At least she asked me if I said 15 or 30. I guess with my fan running, she couldn't hear very well. So, that's basically all there is to it. So it's 30 to 35 minutes. I'll just bake it for 30. And you're supposed to let it sit for 15 minutes after it comes out of the oven. So that's basically all there is to it for a hot fudge pudding cake. This is going to be awesome. Who would ever thought, like Missy said, whoever thought cake in the morning? I thought, well, I got to find something to do this morning because I'm getting tired of coming in here in the heat in the afternoon. That's why I didn't do a Periscope yesterday. It was so freaking hot in my kitchen. And I thought, I'm going to do it this morning because I'm a lot more comfortable right now. And it's easier to stand here and do this stuff than it is to not do anything. I didn't want to not come in here at all. I promised you I would come in whenever I can, but I'm not coming in every day, but I'll try to come in as much as I can. So that's what I'm doing, coming in here and showing that you can bake things at your house. And like Alexa said, from her house to your house. It's as simple as that. I'm going to put this back on the table for right now. So, how is everybody doing? Did you see the trick that those that just came in here? If you didn't see the trick on the brown sugar, I learned this from Google. Put a slice of bread in here or put apple slices in here if you've got real hard sugar. And I put this in here yesterday afternoon. They said by overnight, and even in a few minutes time it was starting to get soft. But this is awesome that it softened, because I didn't want to throw it out, because I mean it was like a brick. I mean I could almost throw it against the wall. It was that hard. And I thought, I've got to find a way to soften it up and use it, because I didn't want to waste it. Because brown, stuff in the store, you don't want to waste food. I don't want to waste food at all. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'll just do these dishes afterwards. I'd rather do that, and then so I could talk to you guys. Then throw it out. So I thought, I'm going to figure out a way to soften it. I don't know if anybody else has ever done that. I know Erlene said her mom has, but this is a nice trick. You can see the bread still in there. It was just a crust that was left, and I thought, well, that's good enough to put in here. And I turned it upside down, softened it right up, and this is a quart storage bag. Oh, well, we weren't the richest. Well, I lived with my aunt and uncle, and they had money, so I wasn't poor. But I don't think she ever did that. I don't remember her doing that. Let me put this back. But you know something, Erlene? There's no shame in being poor, because there's a lot out there. You make do with what you've got. If you haven't got the necessities, you make do with what you do have. Sometimes you make your own. I used to, you never had money. When I was younger, when I lived with my dad, I had made me, I think it was a blouse. And I didn't have a sewing machine, but I wanted to learn how to sew. So I sewed the whole thing by hand. It took me a while, but I got it sewed and it worked. You were poor, but you had no. Sometimes that it's that way. You wonder why things are the way they are. But such is life. But like I said, there's no shame in being poor. There's a lot of people in this world that are poor. They don't know where their next meal is coming from. The homeless, for one, they don't know where their next meal is coming from. You have to feel for them, because they have probably been this way for a long time. Now, granted, there are some that have chosen to be homeless. There's some that necessity or something out of circumstances caused it that way. Absolutely, you make do with your situation. You're happy anyway. If you haven't got money, then you make do with what you do have. I'm not blessed with a lot of money either, but I make do with't do have, and I'm thankful that I've got a roof over my head, and I'm able to meet my bills per se, pretty much. Oh, that's true. You're not sure when you can. Yeah, it's crazy. I grew up in the 40s, because I was born in 48. Things were a lot different than they are now, really. But as I told you in my testimony, my mother died when I was 3, and my dad did not want to take care of me and my brother. he had no means to do so because he was working all the time. So he decided to let us go live with his sister. No, there's not. So he sent us over to his sister to go live, and she gave us a very good home. She provided for us. You know, we always had food to eat. Of course, they were kind of well-to-do anyway. You know, and the problem of it was, as time went on, they lost a lot of her friends because they had money and other people didn't have. I think that my aunt and uncle would have given their shirt off their back if they could have. You know, they would have done it. They were. Of course, they're both in their graves now. You know, God rest their soul. But they were lovely people, and I enjoyed living there. And I'm glad that she gave me a home because I don't know where I would have ended up. We could have been in an orphanage or whatever. But you know, we made do with what we had. You know, and after I graduated from high school, I went to live with my dad. He was working during the day, and I had to get jobs because I had to pay room and board. So I had to get jobs, odd jobs here and there, sales jobs or whatever, to try to pay the room and board. I think it was $10 a week or something. You know, he says, well, if you're going to live here, you're going to have to pay your way. And I thought, okay. So I got jobs and was working and paid what I needed to pay, and I could buy myself stuff and that. You know, lived with him until got married in 1970. So it's, you know, it's that's the way it is. I lived with him for 4 years, actually, from 66 to 70. So then I got married and, you know, left. But, you know, he's gone now too. You know, and I look back on it, you know. But, you know, things aren't always the way they should be. You know, things are crazy nowadays. I mean, this world, the people that have died, if they only realize that what we're in now, oh my goodness, they would want to remain in their graves, I'll tell you. Because who would ever thought that we would have such a thing as this, that it would shut the whole country down and people would lose their jobs, they would have no way to provide for themselves. Fortunately, I think everybody's trying to get open back up again. We are here finally. I found the place that I normally get my hair cut, which I right now I need to get it cut, but they're not accepting walk-ins, so I'm going to have to call today and make an appointment. I might not get in there right away. Make an appointment to get it done. We have to wear masks while we're in there. You know, this is the new normal. I never thought this would ever happen, but I just don't think things are going to change. I would like for them to change. Oh, you got yours done yesterday? Okay. I don't think things are going to change. I'd like to see them change, but I think things are only going to get worse. I mean, this COVID-19 has really destroyed a lot of people's lives, unfortunately. And Alexis is lucky the fact that she was able to work at home online. A lot of people weren't afforded that luxury because some of them, the job they had, didn't have any way they could do it online. So therefore, the places closed up. They lost their jobs, you know. And then you got rioters and looters from cops shooting people, you know, whether they're justified or not. You have all, and it's terrible. This whole situation is just gone from bad to worse, you know. And we think we've seen everything, but we haven't seen anything yet. It's only going to get worse, you know. Oh, you got a survey to fill out online? We didn't have that to do, but when I went to church Sabbath, they told us that we would have our temperature taken, but there wasn't anybody there to take our temperature. Although they said it was optional anyway. So I walked in the door and there was a table sitting there, but nobody there to manning the table. I mean, I'd be willing to do that, but we had to sit in every third row. They had them taped off, but the ones that had tape on them, we couldn't sit there. We had to sit the ones that didn't have tape. There were quite a few people there in spite of it. Older people than me, in their 80s. They really don't recommend people that old coming to church, but you know, I think it's really unfair. If they are in good health and they want to come to church, they should be allowed to come to church as long as they wear their masks, which I did. I wore my mask the whole time. I scoped it, and my son had his mask on when he wasn't talking in front, and when he wasn't talking, he had his mask on. When he went up to talk, he took his mask off. So he said he would never wear a mask, and I was going to tease him on it and say, well, you said you'd never wear a mask. Well, he doesn't wear a mask when he works, you know, but he decided he better wear his mask anyway, you know. But I'm kind of glad that things are opening back up again. Things should never have shut down in the first place, but I guess they did it as a precaution. But, you know, with all this rioting and looting, things have really gotten out of hand because the things have spiked. Not here so much, but other places they have spiked. We do have I looked on it yesterday. I think here in the county I'm in, 107 confirmed cases and only 3 deaths. So the deaths have held, but the confirmed cases went up about 20% from last week. So it went up a little bit. So to me, it's just another form of flu. It's just a glorified flu. Is all it is. They're making more out of it than it really is, and it's unfortunate that people are taking the media for what they're saying and believing everything they're saying because they're exaggerating it. Do we really know how many people died? We really don't. I don't know. They put a mound up there, but is that mount true? They're telling you what they want you to hear. But anyway, things are looking up for me, I hope. Oh, you went to Nancy. Yeah, I saw that you went to Nancy's church. But everything is going to finally start opening up again. And I'm glad of that. Things should never have closed in the first place. I know Trump said that if it gets spiked and it happens again, he's not going to close the country up. Airlines. I have seen airlines where there's hardly anybody there. I don't know why people are even flying. I bet you the airplane maybe have 10, 15 people in it. In fact, their airports are just empty. It's like a ghost town. It's like the airport's like a ghost place. Nobody there. It's crazy, but that's the way our world is nowadays. Anyway, so much for that. How's everybody doing? What's your weather today, Alexis? I know you're probably going to get hot. We were probably hotter than you yesterday. We were in the 90s yesterday. So I was smoldering last night to sleep. Since I don't have air conditioning, I have to try to put fans on. And when the dogs had to go out, I'd sit outside and get cooled off, wait for them to get done. So I just kept the door open ajar a little bit to try to cool it off in here. And it's cooled off quite a bit. Of course, this is going to warm it up a little bit, but I've got the door open right now so I can kind of get cool air in here. 91 afternoon storms due to heat. Oh, yes. You do get a lot of storms there, Alexis. Yeah. And I like the fact when we get rain here, too, it cools the air down a lot. Cools it down. Rains at night, yeah. It doesn't rain here as much as it should. We're on the dry spell right now. I hope it gets raining again, But, hi, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, it does rain here at night sometimes, or late afternoon, whichever. Yeah, a lot of people are needing it. My grass is trying to get a little dry right now. We could use it again, although we've had quite a bit of rain, which is unusual for us in this part of the country because usually around May, June, actually April or May, it stops raining and doesn't rain until September, October, November. Terrible. We're sitting here dry as a bone. So it's pretty bad. But anyway, those that just came in, if you want to know what's in this, and I'll show you the picture of it. This is what it looks like. Yeah. When I lived in Indiana, we tried to sit outside at night, but it was so hot because it just doesn't cool down very much there on the Midwest. It stayed real hot. It didn't cool down like it should have. And then to top it all off, we couldn't sit outside very long. You'd have to be smacking at the mosquitoes. Now, here in Oregon, I don't have the mosquitoes. Not in this area anyway. Thank goodness for that. But in Indiana, the mosquitoes were terrible. And I suppose some of the other ones have a lot of mosquitoes. Those things, and if you have water sitting around, I don't suggest you have water sitting around in a bucket or anything after it rains. Dump it, because that's when you see all of them breed their larvae and stuff. So you don't want to keep water around. We found that out in Indiana big time. If we didn't dump the water out, boy, they'd been that water like crazy. And then you had a lot to deal with. So, but we don't get them here. But I was constantly itching my arms for mosquito bites. Oh my goodness, those things are horrible. And like I said, we had fireflies. I don't have them here. But what my kids used to try to catch the fireflies, try to catch them in their hand or put them in a jar, call them lightning bugs, fireflies, whatever you want. I think they're actual fireflies. Kids, we used to call them lightning bugs, and they would uh, try to catch them. They don't smell very good when you catch them, but they're also pretty. They'd stand there and they'd watch them light up. They're kind of, and it lights up your sky. You know, it's kind of cool to see all those lightning bugs out there. Welcome back to those that keep getting kicked off. I hope it's not freezing up for you. It seems to be okay for me, but I'm going to go over the ingredients of this right now to tell you exactly what's in here. And the sugar I used was cane sugar. I did not use regular sugar, granulated sugar. Now that being said, if you make this, you feel free to use granulated sugar. If you don't use cane sugar, go ahead and use it. So it's a 1 1/4 cup of sugar, 7 tablespoons of cocoa, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I put a little bit more of 2 more in there, so it's got 9 actually in there instead of 7, because I made a mistake and put it all in at once instead of just half. But anyway, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/3 cup of butter melted, a 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 1/4 cup of hot water. And those are just coming in. If you didn't see what I did with the brown sugar, put some slice of bread in here. This thing was like a brick. And I was going to keep it in the bag it was in, and I thought, no, I better put it in a storage bag that I can zip it shut. Even though I could seal that up, so I had to cut the sides of the bag open to get it out because it was as hard as a brick. I mean, it was terrible. You couldn't even stick a spoon in it, a knife either. You know, the knife would just stay there. So I thought, I've got to get this softened. And look how soft it is all the way around. Just the way you buy it in the store. So use bread or use apple slices. I used to, I think, use an apple core would work as well, I believe. Put an apple core, and that's what I was going to do. I was going to eat an apple, put an apple core in. And I thought, well, I might as well use bread. It works, you know. You make do. Because I didn't want to have to buy any more brown sugar. There's still plenty in here to get enough out for, you know, what I want to bake. And I didn't want to throw it out. So that's why I've done that. And it's going to stay in this bag right now. You can put it in the freezer too. There's a lot of tricks to the trade, you know, that you can do to keep your things from spoiling on you or going bad. I've been taking a lot of bananas. I got some now that are starting to get ripe again. Taking my bananas. And if you haven't watched Alexa's scope on cutting up bananas, watch her. She uses the quick slice. That's an awesome thing for cutting up bananas. She uses her baking pan and puts parchment paper on it. I know, I didn't either, but I learned it. But you can see that slice of bread in here. And of course I got the teak thing from Pampered Chef in there. But this really softened it right up. And just leave it in there. It keeps it soft. Because it was brick hard. And after a few minutes of having it in there, before I took it out of the bag it came in to put it in here, it was already on the corners. It was already softening up. So it didn't take long at all. But this has been in there since yesterday afternoon. So it softened the whole thing up. So you learned a lot. So you don't want to waste your stuff. But if you want to keep the sugar best, probably they say when you buy it, put it in an airtight container or stick it in the freezer, which I didn't know that either. Put it in the freezer. That makes sense too. Put it in the freezer and it'll preserve it. You know, it won't get hard. I'm going to do that from now on. You know, but you learn. You learn by doing. You know, I've had trouble with brown sugar in the past. And that's the only one that really gets hard on me. Coconut sugar doesn't seem to do that because it doesn't have molasses in it. This has got molasses in it, and I think that's why it does. The molasses dries out, and that's what causes the sugar to get hard as a rock. But if you put your bread in there or put an apple slices in there and keep it in a bag like this, keep it and seal it up real good, stick it in the freezer, it'll keep it. You won't have to worry about it. So. But how's everybody doing? Are you surviving the heat? Are you getting real hot? Like I said, we got in the 90s yesterday. Just a little bit too hot for me. But I survived it. I'm nonetheless for wear. I've got my fans running. I've got a small fan in here. I've got a fan in the living room, in the hallway. I've got one in my bedroom that's running at all times. Even the dog likes to get close to the fan. She changed beds. Sydney changed beds so she could get the fan blowing on her at night. And I cover her up with a blanket. The next thing I know, she's coming out from one of the blankets so she can get the benefit of the fan. So I'm thankful that everybody's in here. And I hope you're surviving the heat. But you don't get as hot as we did because that is miserable. But you know, we're in the beginning of summer. We've got a few months to go. I do. Yes, I do. I need to fix my AC. Definitely need to get it fixed. I'll have to call somebody out here and see what it's going to cost for the air compressor now. You know, if it's going to be too much, I would just rather do what I'm doing. You know, because you think about it, summer isn't all year round. It's only 3 months. I can survive it. We're going to be out of this heat soon enough anyway, be back in the 70s again. So we're supposed to be below normal, they said, this summer. You couldn't prove it by me as hot as it got yesterday in the 90s. I think we were about 92 yesterday. Couldn't prove it by me. But as long as it doesn't get real hot, as last summer, we got 100 degrees and more. Oh my goodness, that was hot. Believe me, I didn't get out in it at all. And I don't walk the dogs in the afternoon because Carmen, she takes a few breaks now and again, gets in the shade and she stops walking. She lays down because she's so tired. So, oh, yeah, that's true. Do get hot and sick. Absolutely. You know, and I don't like that. I don't want to get hot and sick. I don't like the heat. I don't like a lot of cold either. Hi, Tony. Good to see you. Welcome. But, you know, I'd like to say take this heat, bottle it up, and save it for the wintertime, especially the places that get awful cold. Now, we only get about 40, 45 in the winter, so we don't get real cold. Oh, you live on the Gulf Coast? Oh, thank you for saying so. I'm trying to maintain my weight, and I'm so happy, Alexis. When I heard that you lost a pound, that was awesome. Congratulations. Alexis is looking so much better. She's getting the mini Alexis. You know, she looks awesome. No wonder people come in there and they say that she's beautiful. She is. She's a beautiful woman inside and out. But you can see that she's lost a lot of weight, and it shows. If you've lost a lot of weight, I always had it in my face. I always had it in my face and in my waistline, and I had it. Yeah, because I got flab in my arms. You can see I've lost weight in my arms. But she does. She does look great. You're welcome, Alexis. You know, she's persevering. She's keeping it up. She's almost to her goal. And that's awesome. She's almost to her goal. You know, anybody can do it if they want to. Yeah. Yes, right. You have a ways to go. Yeah, we yeah, we all got flab. I kind of keep my arms covered up because I don't like to show this flab. But you can see that I've lost some weight. I mean, I'm proud of my weight loss. I don't like looking at my flab, but I'm certainly not going to pay to get it taken off either. I'll do anything I can to cover it up, but I'm not going to pay it because that would be, who wants to go under the knife to have your fat cut off? Not me, you know. Leave it alone, you know. If you've never watched a 600-pound life, oh my goodness, some of those in there that lose weight, they have quite a few pounds taken off. I saw one and she must have had about 14 pounds just taken off of her stomach. Oh my goodness. That was a huge thing of flab she had taken off. Some of them put the weight back on and some don't. But that 600-pound life, they got that way because they ate the wrong things. I mean, some of them would go to the, like McDonald's or Burger King or what have you, or even get a bunch of donuts. Get a dozen donuts and eat them all at once. Oh my goodness, I'd be sick as a dog. I couldn't do that. I would not want to do that. Some people don't have any scruples. They got that way because maybe there was a traumatic situation happened in their life, so they went to food as their comfort. Yeah, I know. When you see them, they go in there and Dr. H, and I'm just going to say Dr. H because it's how or Dr. Nalzarden is his last name, I think. Dr. N is what it is. Before they go in to see him, I'm thinking, well, he's going to tell them that they have to lose X amount of pounds before he can even start the surgery, which I understand that because they're high risk. They have to lose at least 50, 60 pounds in a month. That's not impossible, but you almost have to starve yourself to do it. So when some of them are put on a strict diet, and they'll have food stuck in, they'll have a family member sneak the food into them. And they're doing that because they feel that they can't make it, or they're so in love with their food. And it's like Alexa said, you live to eat, not eat to live. And unfortunately, the ones on my 600-pound life are eating to live. They're not living to eat. They're eating to live because, like I said, something traumatic has happened in their life. and they've gone to the food for comfort. They find comfort in the food they eat. You know, but why stuff yourself and then get ginormous? That's what some of them do. They get ginormous. You know, it's sad, but man, the stories on that are awesome. The people look so much better. You see the before and the after, and you think, well, if they can do it, I know I can do it. And I don't weigh that much, never have, never will. But to take anything off at all, it's a struggle, and you got to work at it. You're right. I don't understand that. I couldn't stand to look at myself like, and when I was 250 pounds, I couldn't stand to look at myself like that. I said, I've got to do something about this. I looked at myself and ew, this is awful. So that's why I started doing something about it. So then I started eating better, and I'm losing the weight. But you've got to stay with it. You can't say, well, I'm going to stop because this is too hard. It's going to seem hard at first, but you've got to keep going. And Alexis has found that it isn't easy. It isn't always easy because you can fall back and start eating too much, you know, and then you end up paying for it. There have been a few times where she's gained a little bit, or she's maintained, but now she's losing again. So and I've done the same thing. I've kind of gone, you know, gained a little bit, but I'm starting to lose again. You know, snacks are my downfall. I'll tell you that. Potato chips for one thing. Oh my goodness. You know how they say, I think it was a Lay's commercial, you can't eat one? Well, that's true. You can't eat just one. But I figure if I put them on my plate, what I eat for lunch, and that's all I'm going to eat, no more. You know, because it's hard. It's really, really hard. But we have to be diligent and tell ourselves we can do it, because you know something, it's our health. You don't want to be so heavy. In fact, some of those on the 600-pound life, before they could do anything, they lost their life. They died because of their weight. It just got, you know, they just kept eating and they ate themselves to death. That's what's going to happen to a lot of people. They've got to start taking the bull by the horns and start realizing that you can do it, and tell yourself you can do it. Alexis is an inspiration to everybody. You know, we both eat differently, but we're both losing weight, and we should be an inspiration to everybody that if we can do it, anybody can do it. You just got to tell yourself, yes, you can. She watches her points. I try to watch what I eat and only eat a little bit at a time, and not starve ourselves. We have to tell ourselves, have a mindset that we can do it. You know, don't have a mindset, well, I can't do it and I know that I'm going to fail. Well, when you have that kind of mindset, you will fail. You just got to have the mindset, you can do it and you will do it. And you will. You know, and I had the mindset too. At first, I didn't know if I could do it, but I told myself, I've got to try. I've got to try to do this. So when I gave everything up, like the dairy, you know, the eggs and the milk and the cheese and, you know, stopped eating meat and stuff, I did a cold turkey. Now, I don't recommend doing it that way, but I did it that way, and I thought, can I keep doing this without too much problem? Can I continue this and go back and not eat this stuff again? I've been able to do it. I mean, I'll see meat in the store, I'll see eggs in the store, and I do vegan eggs and stuff, but I'm not tempted to eat them. Oh, you went cold turkey also? That's hard, isn't it? But if you go cold turkey and you stick with it, everything like that doesn't look tempting to you anymore. You're not tempted to eat it. You don't want it, you know. So you have to set goals for yourself. I know Alexis has set goals for herself. We all have to set goals for ourselves and stick with those goals, because if we don't stick with the goals, we're never going to make it. We tell ourselves we can do it. And I've got a goal to get down to 175, maybe a little lower. That's going to take me some time to get there. But I know I can do it if I just say I can do it, and if I keep it up. Because you can do anything you set your mind to, but you have to set your mind to do it and not say, no, I can't do it. Because when you say no, you can't do it, you set yourself up for failure. You don't want to do that. You want to set yourself up to be able to do it. So tell yourself that you can do it and keep on doing it. I don't know why that thing, it set the thing back on again for, start it up again. See if this baked. I've got to check it out. If I may have to put it back in there because I put it on warm instead of baked. Let's see. Alexa, stop the timer. Alexa, stop the timer. I'm going to have to see if this baked. I set it on warm instead of baked, so we're going to have to see if this is going to be okay. If it didn't, I'll have to re-put it back. Well, it looks okay. I'm going to make sure. I might test it a little bit. Test it, see. Because I don't know. I put it on warm instead of baked. Well, well, it looks like it's pretty good. So I'm going to get, it looks like it baked. It did bake. So I'm going to get my, go get my paper, my hot pads and put them down here. Where did I put them? I can't find them. Well, I'll just use my, I don't know where I stuck them now. I'm going to have to use my cooling rack. I'll just do that. Cooling rack will work. That will work. Turn this off. And that. And there we go. Okay, there we go. What do you think? Look at that. Wow. It did. It looks just like the picture. Whoa. I'll show you those again. It's in here. I'll show you the picture. There's the picture. Oh, doesn't it though? It looks awesome. It looks awesome. Now I've got to leave this sit 15 minutes before I can even get into it. It does, doesn't it? I've got to take and leave this sit 15 minutes before I can even cut into it. So I won't be able to cut into it on here. So I'll cut into it and then I'll put it on my Facebook page. But if you haven't got this Pampered Chef, well, it's actually a Lodge with Pampered Chef's name on the bottom of it, this cast iron skillet, I would recommend getting those. I've got the 10 and 12 inch, but I do have the, which I don't know when they're going to get them, but I ordered the little 5.5 inch ones because sometimes there's things that you make that call for a small one. So I ordered the 2 5.5 inch ones. I ordered on the mystery show and I also ordered on Orlean's show, a party. So I've got a bunch of stuff coming. So I'll have a lot of stuff to open up when I get them. Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. I know. How is she doing? How is she doing, Alexis? I know that she's having a party, but how is she doing? Let me go get my powdered sugar and I'll put that up on top. Let me go get it. Unless I put it somewhere else. Let me see if I can find it. Kind of disorganized. I need to organize everything again. I don't have any powdered sugar right now, but I think it's okay just the way it is. It looks real good. So, how's Valerie doing? I stepped away, Alexis. Is her party succeeding or is she having problems? Because I know she's not doing a virtual party like everybody else. So I'm wondering how she's doing. Because the parties can be fun. And I hope she's doing everything she's supposed to do. I know Orlean, she was a trooper. She put everything up that she was supposed to, that Alexis gave her to post up in her up on the page, and she did everything she was supposed to. And she was a trooper, and she invited a lot of people, and she got a good showing on her on her party. Oh, it's just on her Facebook profile? Okay, I've never had one like that, but I'll have to go in. I'm going to have to go in there and check it out. I can't really buy anything, but I'll try to see what's going on. I know she probably needs help, but I'm glad that she's doing a party. We need more people to do parties. I'm not doing them because I want other people to do them that haven't done them before. They are fun, and I'm getting to the point where I've got so much Pampered Chef now, I can't get any more because I'm only going to get what I need, and I pretty much got everything I need now anyway. So I'll be anxious to get from Arlene's party and from the mystery show. I only got 3 things from the mystery show, or is it 2 things? 2 things from the mystery show. But you know, from Arlene's party, I ordered a bunch of stuff. But we know it's going to be 7-8 weeks. So anybody here that ordered on the mystery show, or you ordered on Arlene's party, or any other parties for that matter, they're behind. Pampered Chef is behind in getting the orders out because of this COVID-19. So you have to be patient with them. They said 7 to 8 weeks behind. So I don't anticipate getting anything until July or August, if then. So I'm okay with that because I can deal with it. You know, if you need something right away, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, I try to order stuff that I don't need immediately, that I can get by with for a while, without for a while. But anything you need right away, gonna be kind of hard when they won't be able to ship it to you right away. You know, this whole COVID-19 really messed everybody up. It really did. But you know, such is life, and that's the way it goes. But anyway, you can see my pudding cake here, and I'm going to cut this up in a little while after it's been sitting for 15 minutes or so, and put it on my Facebook page, and really try it out because this is going to be awesome. I mean, I have never made anything like this in here in the. Welcome to everybody coming in. This is my hot fudge pudding cake, cast iron hot fudge pudding cake. This is made in the cast iron skillet. These are large skillets, but it's got Pampered Chef's name on them because they're selling them now. This is the 10-inch one. I also got the 12-inch. They called for the 10-inch. And I'm also getting the 2 5.5-inch, the little itty baby ones I ordered on Arlene's party. So I've got those coming. So I'm hoping and praying that everybody orders Pampered Chef. If you haven't got any, Alexis is in here. Get with her. She's the director, consultant, director, whatever you want to call her. Get with her. Look in her profile. The catalog will be in there, and order something from the catalog. I used to use it all the time, and then when I saw that, and I'd see them in Walmart, and I thought about getting one. I thought, no, I don't know if I. But when Pampered Chef came out with them, I thought, well, I'm going to go order it anyway because I used to use them all the time, and I know that they're good. You have to be careful how you use them though, because they do rust. You got to make sure you dry them out. As I understand, you're not supposed to use soap on these. You're supposed to just put water on them to wash them. You don't have to use soap on them. I don't know how they come clean with just water. Maybe you soak them or something, but don't put soap in it. But dry them really good because they will rust. That's the only bad thing about it. They will rust. But and they're already pretty much treated, so you know. But these are awesome pans. Like I said, this is the 10-inch, and I also got the 12-inch. And I'll hold this up. I like these little things. They look like sharks. Shark, 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 shark. As Alexa said, shark, 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 shark. And look at that. Doesn't that look good? That's awesome. Look at that. That's so cool. So I think I'm going to go for now, and I'm going to get ready. Because I haven't had breakfast yet, so I need to eat my breakfast. So I'm going to go and eat my breakfast. I'm going to post this up on my Facebook page in a little while with the picture and with the recipe. Tell you what I used, and I'll post it up there the way it was written. So I hope you all have a great and marvelous day. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I do appreciate the hearts, the super hearts. You guys are awesome. And until we meet again, take care, God bless, and bye-bye. And I will be watching your replay, Alexis, as soon as I can get done here. So everybody have a great and marvelous day. Take care, and bye-bye. You too. Bye-bye.